Good morning, you guys. It's been a couple days. It's been a roller coaster. I don't even know where to begin. I'm always sitting in my car. For those people who don't know, I'm like a really active mother to an 8-year-old, and I have two young adults in their early 20s adulting right now. One's in like a medical program in back east, and one is a cinematographer. So yeah, I'm super blessed to have 3 angels, super gifted angels. Yeah, I took the day yesterday releasing, emotionally crying. I'm super blessed to have I should mention, sorry, I'm terrible at marketing. White Light Integrated Wellness, Sarah Wall. I gotta get used to introducing myself. But I'm primarily doing these videos for my friends, especially my female friends, and females all over the world, because I went to see the surgeon yesterday, and I thought the surgeon, just to let you know, I've said this before, but I'll say it again. I also am a medium in a channel. I have transmission. So sometimes I touch my ears and I touch my neck, just when I'm receiving stuff and when I'm telling you real personal life experience. So I went to the surgeon yesterday because I was just diagnosed last week with invasive bilateral breast cancer. And the surgeon had gray hair, and she's been doing this like 40 plus years. I was ecstatic because she was my mom's surgeon 20 something years ago. She remembered my mom, and she saved my mom's life. Obviously, my mom didn't have breast cancer again. She had twice, and then she ended up passing of lung cancer with this, which is a whole other story. But the surgeon said to me, we had quite a good consult. I actually thought she was going to be my surgeon, but I was super disappointed. She was just like she's not retired yet, but she's considered like a breast physician, and she gives the newer surgeons and the younger surgeons a lot of she does a lot of consults, and she gives them a lot of recommendations, and I guess guides them and mentors them and coaches them. I mean, they're still surgeons, but she, I think, kind of streamlines and helps. She's like part of the team. She was a lovely lady. So it was an interesting conversation because I don't hugely believe in chemo and radiation. My indoctrinations are so deep that I've been, in the last 2 years, trying to shed and let go of and erase and eradicate. But I'll just give you a brief background, and I have to watch the time because I'm really conscious about the time of videos. So my indoctrinations come from like my maternal line are all like nurses and midwives and nurses, medical. And so the indoctrination's very deep on my maternal line with those professions and in England and in Canada. So, there's no deviating, there's no alternative way, there's no other way, according to my maternal line. There's no other way except for chemo and radiation. And my daughter is also a part of this indoctrination, studying and becoming a registered nurse and nurse practitioner eventually. So it's like, it skipped a generation. So it's indoctrinations, and my sister, I have a sister, There's also indoctrinations there. She's not in the medical industry, but yeah, the indoctrinations are so deep. I just want to educate you guys and be aware of like these ancestral lineage indoctrinations and programs, as well as like your current biological family's indoctrinations, and how they can spill energetically onto you. Because yeah, it's interesting how the programmed people in my life and the indoctrinated people specifically are like full of fear and, oh my God, is it going to spread to other parts of your body? And are you going to die? And, like, so, and then I have like, my soul family, and which are all energy healers, lovely, beautiful angels, and and my personal belief systems that are infused 100% in faith with these tiny fractals of these remnants of the indoctrination and programs, that the only way is the medical system's way. So it's interesting navigating, and I'm sure many of you are in the same place, or might be in the same place, or have been in the same place. And yeah, I'm in the middle. I'm discombobulated. Yesterday, I was very discombobulated and unregulated emotionally. And the surgeon, I had a great consult, but the other disappointing thing is she wasn't my surgeon, which I thought she was going to be my surgeon. My surgeon I meet next Monday. And the other crazy thing here in British Columbia, Canada, my surgery was supposed to be at the end of May. And, I had most people say, oh, that's amazing. And my thought was, wow, when I first came home, I was like, this is not it's over a month away. I was like, this is not good. A good thing that it's over a month away. And then I had a conversation with another friend, and yeah, he's like, because we allow these indoctrinations to seep in, which is what's happening collectively everywhere, every country, is like, we accept the date of over a month, or whatever the date is, 3 months, 4 months, 5, whatever the date is, you accept it. And a part of you is like feeling like you have no power. Like yesterday, I was like feeling quite raw, vulnerable, fragile. Of course, there's no way to go in and change a date for to get your cancer out of your body. Which to me, it's crazy. I've been really reflecting, we as a collective have just been indoctrinated and into this sad reality, and we accept it, and we accept anything that falls on our lap. And I had one other friend say, can't you pick the date that you want the cancer removed, because they recommended a double mastectomy, and of course chemo and radiation, blah blah blah. And I said to my friend, no, you can't pick a date. They said, I'm lucky that I have a date at the end of May. So it's just very interesting that, yeah, my one friend, he's right. We all have subscribed and participated, and we now accept what falls into our lap, or falls what we are given. And yeah, I just don't think that's acceptable collectively. Our systems are in the middle of crumbling and falling, and I understand I got that date because it's full in Vancouver. So, you know, and, you know, again, I'm discombobulated because I'm super grateful because I live in a social system, you know. My American friends can't relate to that. Like, they don't, you know, like, it's not like that for them. So, and I'm a dual citizen, by the way. So I, you know, yeah, it's all very interesting, and like what is transpiring, and I'm starting to see a lot more programs and indoctrinations that I didn't really see before. You don't see it until you're like, you have a disease and you're in the system, and, you know, and I don't even, I mean, my fear is very limited, and, you know, so I can't even imagine if I was like a typical human that like, that just like lived with and in with fear and anxiety on a regular basis. You know, they feel like that helplessness, and they feel powerless, and they conform to, like I said, whatever's given to them. So, yeah, that's not good. I'm really happy that the systems are coming down because, you know, these systems need to change, right? America's not perfect. You know, their systems, they're all corrupt. Canadian system's corrupt. American medical system's corrupt. It's all wonky donkey. So anyways, yeah, I'm going to be using, I'm going to meditate. I meditate once a day, and I'm not going to be meditating twice a day. I meditate, and I'm going to be using both systems. I'm going to go right now and get a really good naturopath. I've got 2 or 3 on the table, and I'm going to interview each one, and they have proficiencies in oncology and cancer. But yeah, I'm going to, I used to do thermographic imaging. That's amazing, ladies. Like, I used to do that before I started doing screening mammograms for the last, I've been in this hereditary program for, I think, 3 or 4 years, but I was doing thermographic imaging. I know somebody in Vancouver, she's amazing. She's still doing it, and, you know, and that was really helpful for me. And I was actually going to go back to that, believe it or not. This screening mammogram was going to be my last one. I was fed up with, like, you know, I have dense small boobs, and they won't fit into the goddamn mammogram machine. I mean, it's incredibly painful for anybody, all of you women who've had mammograms. Like, it's, if you have no boobs, it's hell. So I was going to quit this year, my screening mammograms, but something, you know, Spirit was like, just go to this last one and then go back to the thermographic imaging. So yeah, there's a lot to be said about both systems. You know, I said to the surgeon, I'm not huge into chemo. I mean, they kind of look at you. I don't really think they get people like that very often. They look at you like you have 3 heads on your shoulders. And she's like, I'm just the messenger. I'm just, you know, like, you'll meet the surgeon next Monday morning, and she's probably going to say the same thing, her recommendations. But it's obviously your choice. So yeah, I hope that I can inspire you all along the way to use both systems. And not just subscribe and participate in the medical community, in the medical system in America and Canada. Yeah, in North America, in England, like, my parents are British, my family's from there. You know, these systems are all the same. They only know chemo and radiation. yeah, I invite you to look outside of those, the ancestral programs and indoctrinations and the ancestral lineage, plus the collective lineage, plus your own personal individual karma, and like what is there for you that you need to release, because these diseases are definitely they come up for reasons, very big spiritual reasons. These are spiritual wake-up calls. I've had quite a few crazy things happen to me that in 50 years, that, like, especially in the last 10 years with my health, just walking down the sidewalk and like I break my ankle on flat, like it just breaks, like it fractures, and I'm like, what the fuck? And my patella, I'm coming down the stairs in my house, and I didn't fall forward, I fell on my bottom and I fractured my patella, like super crazy weird shit. So I don't know, yeah, and there's so many more things, so many more stories, but I'm already way over. I like to be under 10 minutes. I'm at 15, 16. Okay, guys, I will keep you updated. I want to talk about self-care, and I will be doing that probably later on today, because I don't know if I can wait till tomorrow, because self-care is a huge component of people with any cancer. Yeah, it's crazy. Oh, and the surgeon said to me before I end, this is very important. She's been doing this 45 plus years. She's never seen so many people come in with unrelated, no hereditary breast cancer in their lives. My mom's was estrogen hormone induced, and so is mine. I was on HRT. That's a whole other controversial topic for later, another time. But that surgeon, who's doing it 45 plus years, has even said to me, I've never seen so many women come in their young, late 20s, early 30s, 40s, 50s with breast cancer from out of nowhere. So guys, we are definitely being poisoned. We are definitely, all these toxins. I am just like, my eyes are wide open. It's all the water and the air and, oh my God, everything. We're definitely being poisoned. So, okay, sorry, so long. Thank you for listening. I will, I will come back on, and I want to do a 10 minutes of self-care for you guys. That's what I do for a living. I'm a counselor, and I'm an energy management intuitive, and I'm a channel medium, and I really love health, and I'm an advocate for health and wellness. So Sarah Wall at White Light Integrated Wellness, and I will speak to you guys later. Okay, thank you. Bye.